Okay, so back to the 2017 Subaru Outback 2.5 flat motor, boxer motor, pancake motor, whatever you want to call it. It's 2.5. So I know that there's no videos on this because, well, there's no videos on this. So this whole front clip has to come off. To get the radiator out, that's for the air conditioner. That's the radiator, which that one was disgusting, and I'm glad I took it out. All this whole thing is put in all these little holes. This stuff you just pry off. It's just clipped on there. Same on the other side, and then you unhook your lights down there. You got two of those. You unhook those. All down there. And if you come back over here, that's all held on by these plastic pop clips. And there is a whole bunch of them. And that's not even all of them. A bunch of them broke. Anyhow, so what I'm doing in here is I'm after the timing chain set. This has been throwing, what are they? These guys right here. These are your cam sensors. So this is for your variable valve timing, and it's throwing codes for this saying it's out of time, and it's throwing itself into limp mode. There's another one. This motor only has two of them. On the WRX and other engines, they have one here and one here for the intake and the exhaust side. This only has them on the intake side for the valve timing. So, I mean, that's okay. I still need to pull off the harmonic balancer, which I'm glad that my mark is right here. So I know when I go back to install it, it's going to be straight up and down. I don't have to worry about timing it. I just know I'm just going to make a mark here. And there's a little mark here that's on about 30 degrees before top center, dead center. Actually, it's about 25 degrees before top dead center. Here's your little marks right here. 10, 20, 30. That's right there, about 25. But I'm going to use this one, and I'll probably just make a mark somewhere here. And go, okay, when I put it back on, that's where it goes. Anyway, I took the radiator out so I could try to get my mini impact in here to take that off. And it looks like I'm going to have to take off the front motor mount to get this cover off. This cover is a singular cover. Comes off all at once. I am opting to leave all my sensors in because I don't see a need to pull them. There's another cam sensor there. Not sure what that sensor wire down here is. I haven't looked yet. I just got my O2s unhooked, so I have access over here. All my wiring harness is out of the way. I'm now ready to pull the harmonic balancer and start undoing all the screws for this cover all the way around. I have not gotten as far to... I'm hoping I can leave these on, but I might have to take those off as well. I hope not, but I mean, if I do, oh well, I'll clean underneath them. Yeah. So I got compressed air and a 5-gallon thing of brake cleaner. So I'm going to try to get this as clean as possible. because it's dirty and I don't like it looking dirty. I'd like to have it cleaner than it is. That engine mount doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. But it looks like I'm going to have to... Well, I might have to take off whatever this is. I don't know what that is. What is that? No, it's a pump of some sort. Probably a water pump. That's probably the water pump is what that is. It seems to be alright. That's just an idler pulley. This is a tensioner. I already got my air conditioner off, which I did not unhook. You do not have to unhook your AC to get that out of the way. You do have to take your radiator apart from your air AC condenser here to get that out of the way. Which is a pain in the butt, because down here this is rusted. And everything down here on this one's been rusted. And I'm up in the Northwest Washington, and it's rusty. So I highly recommend taking out the big bolt and not the small bolts. I didn't see those. They're behind the foam. So if you tear the foam off the bottom here, there is a 10mm bolt that goes in that hole. Much easier to get off. I don't really care one way or the other. This is my personal vehicle, and it doesn't really bother me that those aren't going back in. The ones I will put probably 2 in there. I mean, like if I really wanted to, I'd take those off completely. Maybe paint them, take all the rust off them. I don't care that much. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do though is I'm going to get these down here clean, right here, where the factory welds are. I'm going to clean those up on both sides, because they are starting to rust. And I don't plan on selling this car, ever. And I'm going to clean that off and paint that, so I do not have that rusted out and falling apart. This car gets really decent mileage, and I've got too much money into it to throw it away. At least as of now. So, what else? Oh, this piece that goes here is this guy here. And it's all held on by those same plastic clips. There's no bolts on this at all. The only bolts that there are for this clip, for this whole front end, are those 3 right down here that bolt in to the body. Everything else is literally clipped on this car. It's kind of ridiculous. And there's my destroyed bumper that I didn't know was destroyed when I bought this vehicle, and that's not going back on. I'm not going to do it. So, a 50-pound weight reduction and more airflow. I'm happy with that. Alright, so if you didn't know what you were getting into when you started this is hopefully a video that you can look at before you get into this and realize that everything's got to come apart. Most of the videos I watch, the reason I watch them is to know what I'm getting into before I get there. That way I'm not spending more time on it than I have to. Because I work on so many different makes and models. I'm not that fast at any of them, because I don't do the same thing all the time. If I did, like this Subaru motor, I can tear one of these out and have it sitting on the ground in about 8 hours. I know I can do that. I have swapped one of these motors in a day. So, I mean, it's not impossible. It's just this particular motor I've done repeatedly over and over and over and over and over. So I'm really quick at it. While I'm in here, this also has like 210,000 miles on it. And while I'm in here, I'm going to be inspecting rubber hoses, any plastic parts that may need to be replaced while I'm in here. Any leaking seals or damaged wiring. There shouldn't be any damaged wiring. I mean, like, this car has never been apart. Like, the people who had it before me drove it and just drove it for 100,000 miles and then got rid of it, is what happened. Just like most people do here in Washington State and on the coast. They buy a brand new car, they drive it for 100,000 miles, and then they sell it or whatever it is they do with it before they have to do the maintenance on it, which if they would just do the maintenance on it, like, they could probably drive it for another 100,000 miles relatively cheaply, and a lot cheaper than buying a car, but whatever. It keeps me in business, and I get to have nice cars because I will do the maintenance on them. Yeah, so I hope this video helps you, and stay tuned for the next one.